oh, this is just another bigger spaceship, and I've got this. It's going to be fine.
Lee, Ronan, also known as Ronan the Accuser. The last time we saw you was in Guardians of the Galaxy. And, you know, you were working with the Mad Titan, Thanos, and Nebula. How did you prepare for that role, and what was the most memorable moment for you?
Interesting question. How did I prepare? It's, you know, actually Ronan is a lot more like me than any of the other characters I played. So, actually it was a big relief to kind of just, you know, be the real me. You know what I mean? I spend so much time in movies and stuff behaving like a human and acting like a human that it was kind of refreshing to just kind of, you know, just let it fly. You know what I mean? You know? So, yeah, there's that. But my most, I guess, memorable thing, I mean, it was like the first time I walked onto the set, because you have to understand, like, I was painted blue, and then I was painted with the big black stuff on my face, and then I had to put pounds and pounds of costume on, and then the helmet, which covered up my ears, and then the contacts that covered up my eyes, and you kind of walk out on stage and you can't see anything or hear anything, and they give you the hammer, and it's like, go, and you're like... I'll remember that. Yeah.
So, Chris, Captain America first appeared in 1941, but for a decade of fans, you are literally Steve Rogers. Like, you... arguably the physical manifestation of the moral compass of the Avengers. What has been the most memorable part of playing a character that so many fans are so deeply connected to?
It's tough because you have memories that are a little more shared, and you have memories that are a little more personal. I mean, moments even just like this, like that really felt wonderful to hear, and it was nice to hear, you know, some cheers. Oh, and I wasn't fishing for it. You don't have to just listen. You don't have to. It's you know, not to seem saccharine. Maybe it's the more personal moments, without question. It's the more intimate moments when you kind of you know, process that you are part of something that means a lot to for a lot of time. I mean, I got to say, it does feel almost kind of like it's happening to somebody else. I know that's a bit of a common expression. Sometimes it does feel like it's a little out of body-ish, and then over long enough period of time, it does. You start to really feel connected to the experience, and connected to the character, and connected to the world, and you. Man, I'm really killing this answer, aren't I? I don't really know how to answer this one. I couldn't tell you what the most memorable thing is. It comes in really subtle ways. But it is the more personal things. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. So...
So all you're saying is every single moment was memorable, and I'm here for it.
Man, I really butchered that. That was a lot of talking about nothing.
Well, next question. We got you. Being a superhero is tough, and being a supervillain is also tough. And it seems pretty physically demanding for all of you. Can you tell us a little bit about how you physically prepared for your roles, and what does superhero training look like?
Well, for me, it's kind of weird because I have a lot of prosthetics on my face. So I feel like that's just like an extra layer to the difficulty of fighting and all of the combat stuff. I probably should prepare more physically, like stretching and stuff, but I don't. I don't know. I mean, the movements and stuff for the character, like, it's all informed from the voice that I'm doing, because basically when I started playing Nebula, the director was like, "Can you do an impression of Marilyn Monroe?" And I was like, Oh, yeah. And then that kind of informed like the movements and everything. So everything kind of stems from that one piece of direction, which is cool.
Which is weird because the exact same thing they asked me about Cap. And I was like, yeah. I mean, okay.
Perfect impression.
And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Lee?
Yeah, there was lots of working out and eating protein, and we worked.
Very important.
No, it's really they'll blend up a chicken breast and put it in your hand, and you'll drink it. And it's all normal. But then and then the fight training, that was fun. We worked out the big fight that I did with Drax, and yeah, I like that stuff. It was fun.
So, Chris, the upcoming Avengers movie is still yet untitled. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask. But if you could come up with a title for the movie, what would it be?
Yeah, this is a tough one. You know, I don't know. You don't want to give anything away, and I should clarify that. You know, I know I did tweet something that made a lot of people think that it was in some way spoiler, and I should clarify that regardless of how Avengers 4 ends, I would have tweeted the exact same thing. You know, it really was, you know, that last day of filming was a very emotional day, and it's the culmination of almost 10 years of filming and 22 movies, this unbelievable tapestry, and, you know, you feel a lot more emotions than I think even I thought I'd feel, and you know, I felt it was appropriate to share the gratitude. I know it had a ripple effect, but I am neither confirming nor denying anything, and to that end, I think anything I would, any sort of label I would give the Fourth Avenger would give away too much, and
It's
I
a
know
smart
Marvel.
man.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm not going to be able to crack,
Really
guys. I'm going to
thread
keep
in that
trying,
needle.
though. Karen, you have really embodied Nebula. Even shaving your head for the role.
Yeah.
Are there...
Woo, bald.
Are there... hey. Cheers.
It's very liberating to be bald. Yeah. And hair insulates a lot.
It seems like it would be very breezy.
Oh, yeah. Feeling a nice breeze on the top of my head. Although I'm really tall, so a lot of people thought that I was a man. A lot.
Are there, speaking of, great segue, are there any parts of your personality that you brought to Nebula's character, whether in the beginning or as the character has evolved?
I mean, I would say out of all of the characters I've played, this is the biggest departure from my own personality. I mean, I hope. She's like a sadist. But, I mean, I definitely, like, brought aspects of myself to help me understand the character. You know, the most interesting element of the character, I would say, is this overlooked sibling element. And you know, she's jealous and bitter and tormented, and her sister's just like the better, prettier, better at fighting one. So, you know, that was interesting for me to play. I don't have any siblings, but I can imagine that being overlooked by your parents and you know, being in a relationship with your sister like that has got to be pretty awful. But yeah, no, she's not like me.
So, Lee, recently it was announced that Ronan, who we last saw losing a very epic dance battle, would be coming back for a certain 2019 movie, Captain Marvel. What can fans look forward to seeing from Ronan when we see him again? Can you tell us anything about how you're prepping for this movie?
No, I can't tell you anything. No. You wouldn't want to know, right?
No.
Watch the movie, right?
Right. We're very much looking forward to it. Are you excited? Did you jump up and down when you're like, yes, Ronan?
Yeah, absolutely. It was exciting to come back. Yeah. Kristen. Yeah, it was fun to get back into it, and I learned a lot about the Kree working on it this time, which I found really interesting. It's a cool world to be a part of. So I mean, I was doing a play in New York at the same time, so it was like the kind of craziest thing to juggle doing both of these at the same time.
Juxtaposition, I'm sure.
I mean, it was.
For the fans out there, what play were you doing?
I was doing Angels in America.
Wow, that is a contrast.
It couldn't be more different. But it was kind of it was a good time. It's always fun.
So for everyone on the panel, 2019 is going to be a big year. I know you couldn't possibly tell us any details. I say this again. I just want to make sure we keep confirming that I understand. But what are you personally most excited for fans to see in the upcoming releases? I'm killing Chris here. I'm so sorry.
There's just nothing that I can say, but there's so much good stuff. There's so many good things. I mean, I guess all I can say is, if Marvel has proven anything, it's that they just know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. I don't think they've missed a beat. I mean, their worst mistakes are other studios' like biggest blessings. You know what I mean? Like they don't miss. They don't miss, and they have not missed with this one. And it really is just an incredible culmination of this unbelievable tapestry of. I mean, how many individual series is it? Is it like, what is it, 6, 7 individual plots coming together? I don't know that it's never been done before, and I don't know that it'll ever be done again. And then they really, stick a flag in the ground on this one and pull out all the stops, and you won't be disappointed.
Karen, Lee?
I'm excited to see what the other actors are doing in the movie because it's such an incredible cast.
That says so much how you're like, I want to see what everyone else is doing in the movie.
No, I'm just curious to see them. I mean, Brie Larson, Jude Law, Samuel Jackson, Annette Bening. That's a pretty dope cast. So I'm excited to see, what they do.
It's so much more than 6. How many actual plots are? It's more than 6. Did I say 6? It's like 9. There are so many. Sorry.
Karen?
I didn't even get a script for the movie, so I'm looking forward to just seeing the movie and knowing what the hell is going on and how my scenes fit into the overall context. I think it's going to be pretty great, though.
All right, so we're going to do something fun. Are you ready to do something fun with me?
Yes.
We've got fan questions, which... there are literally people racing to the microphone. Please don't hurt each other. Be safe.
Now, did they know not to go until you said fan question?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just
I've been
that
in enough
good,
airports
Chris.
to know that is not in human nature.
So first we're going to take questions from the app. For those of you who put your questions into the app, we did not forget about you. So I'm going to pick at random. Ooh. All right, this is going to be a weird one, but I'm going to do it anyway because fans
Yes,
get
weird
to
is
ask.
good.
Weird is great. So, Karen,
Yes.
Mauve from France.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Très bien.
If Nebula gets to kill Thanos herself, how do you think she would do it?
Oh, this is a real
tough one.
delicate balance. Or is it? I don't know. I mean, if I could, just abandoning anything that really does happen or doesn't happen, I would like to maybe take the Infinity Gauntlet, put it on, and then strangle him with it. And then say, bye, Daddy, or something.
This question is for the entire panel. Lauren from Charlotte, if you could wield one Infinity Stone, just one, Which one do you think your character would choose to help enhance their powers and why?